everybody. Welcome to this edition of Suds News. As always, I am Vinny. This is Angela, and we are here on Monday, August 25th, 2025, and we've got a jam-packed show for you today. Angela, how are you today? How was your week?
Busy as it has been, but tomorrow is that magic day when the children go back to school. And don't get me wrong, I love spending time with the boys that I nanny. And I love spending summers with them. And I'm sad when summer is ending. It's not that I'm sick of them. Right now, I am sick of them being sick of each other.
It makes sense.
That's what it is that we have reached the point where they're tattling on each other for breathing. He's breathing my air. And that's when it's time to go back to school.
Yep.
Because, yeah.
Agreed.
So it's good. And it will clear up my schedule for writing, which is wonderful. But it's also a little bittersweet. One, because summer's ending, which I also hate. But, it's all right.
But the other good thing is that frees up time for newer episodes of Angela Answers Fan Mail, which we've been slacking with.
And boy, do I have a lot to talk about.
Yes. So, as everybody probably saw on social media this past week, Friday was my birthday, so I turned 44. Went camping for the weekend, so it was nice to kind of get away from everything and just feel free in nature. But absolutely fantastic. And I see, Steve's in the chat. How are you, Steve? I see Chad, our regular. I see Del J. I see Tink Lou. I see Zach Minger. Happy National Banana Split Day. I'm not sure if that's a national holiday or not, but either way, happy National Banana Split Day to you as well, sir. We do have a jam-packed show for you tonight. Such General Hospital has been on fire. Today's episode was just absolutely fantastic.
And I'm not going to spill them now, but the spoilers that I found out, it's going to be even better.
Oh fantastic.
So I'll be
Hey,
spilling
Jeannie.
those.
Hey, Susan. And the other good part about today is that WWE Monday Night Raw was actually on earlier because they were in Birmingham, UK, so they were live from 3:00. So there's no Monday Night Raw to compete against us, so we should have some really good ratings. So definitely share alike. I want you all to, if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and actually comment and react to the comments. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. Wherever you're watching, once you react, it helps the algorithm and share the videos. We are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. We are live on YouTube. We are live on X. So there are multiple places, and you will see shorts and reels on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok tomorrow. So there's a lot of places to catch us. Dockside at the Bay is on a brief hiatus for a few weeks while Kim gets settled to her new job. So we're going to take a few weeks off of doing that show. But it's okay. And in 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks now, I will be down in Sarasota, Florida, attending the Samantha's Friends charity gala for that weekend. The Haunted Mansion theme. I'll be talking to some of our favorite soap actors, including Mike Manning and Finola Hughes, who I owe an apology to, as well as there's multiple people. Christos from the Bay is going to be there, along with Gregory Martin, and just many, many more. SamanthasFriends.org if you want to have get any information or attend yourself and any future events. Again, SamanthasFriends.org. Also, we will, speaking of Samantha's Friends, Coming up on Saturday, November 8th until Sunday, November 9th, 3 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be doing our second annual podcast-a-thon to support Samantha's Friends. And that's going to be Saturday to Sunday in November. Again, the 8th to the 9th. We are going to be joined throughout the night, throughout the time by some of the people that are also involved with Suds Media Group, as well as others that we're working on as well. So it's going to be another fun day, and there's going to be a couple of changes to the format from last year, so this way we get every interview saved and released later on, instead of having it cut off at 10 hours.
You're never living that one down, Vin.
No, you're absolutely right. Trust me, you're absolutely right. I'm not living that one down. Believe me, I hold myself accountable for that as well. Also, do want to mention to everybody, we do have new merch as well. Go to sudsmedia.threadless.com, and let's see, we got the new Suds Media for Life shirt that is available not only in tank tops but also t-shirts as well. We do have the Suds World Order that's available with a white, a red, and a black logo, depending on whatever color shirt you want. You can get that, and also brand new one in the vein of a general hospital. We have a brand new Suds News T-shirt, which may end up being our new logo. But either way, check it out. Again, that's sudsmedia.threadless.com. So check those out as well. Okay.
All right.
So let's see. What shall we start with?
Dealer's choice. You call it your call.
Well, seeing as the thumbnail and the title is Cody to Ava, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, we were they were getting kind of freaky, and Cody looked like he was about to originally come clean to Ava. But then stopped, and they started making out, and then Molly came in today, or at the end of Friday, and then at the beginning of the day, and then he came clean to both. So
poor Ava was like, "Wait, what?" And then, let me make this clear: I am not paying him for. I don't pay for sex. So funny. Yeah, love it.
Exactly.
Love it.
I love it because Molly is going to be so torn. I mean, we know that she's upset because of, she had finally realized she had feelings for Cody.
I know.
But also, the fact that Christina tried to warn her away from Cody and then was the one paying him to seduce Ava.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be the least of Molly's problems with Christina. But yes, we'll get to that. But yeah, it's poor Molly. She's and I hope I love her and Cody.
Yes.
So I would, I'm sure that they'll overcome this.
Of course.
We'll see what happens with Christina and Molly. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That remains to be seen.
Yes. I mean, I think they might be fine right now, but that's gonna. Sorry, my allergies are a nightmare right now. I think that they'll get past this just to have a serious fracture coming up.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to watch because it's the one thing that I am actually, besides the entire show itself, but I like the inclusion of multiple characters in multiple different storylines.
Yes.
Because on one hand, you're right. I mean, it's a city. People have, more things than just one thing going on.
They live in the same town. That's not a major metropolis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shush.
I do like because take a character for Cody, for example. you're kind of happy that he came clean to Molly and Ava, but at the same time now you're feeling bad for him because of what's going on with Maxie, and he's trying to be there for Mac. So he's just all sorts of all over the place. And I really, really like Josh Kelly. I always have. He was a great addition to the cast of GH, and I'm glad that Cody finally has his footing, so to speak.
Yes, I really like him too, and I think the character of Cody is great, and I think he's needed. I'm glad that even though Josh wants to do other things, they're letting him stay as a recurring character, and we'll still see him plenty. So yeah, I agree, and he has amazing chemistry with a lot of people.
He does.
So,
and he gets so much unnecessary hate online. Because, it's ridiculous how people want to see or want to put out, their own theories and their own narratives about Frank bringing in his quote unquote favorites and this and that. But you know what? When it works with the cast, it works with the cast.
Right. And the thing is that, Frank's been there how long? Much longer than Cody has.
Yeah.
And here's the thing also. That's this business.
Yes.
And executive producers want to work with known entities that they have worked before. Believe me, I side eye some of Frank's choices. I really do. But, with things like Cody, no. Absolutely, I agree with that. He rolls with the punches. The actor doesn't seem to be problematic at all.
Right.
Which is, sometimes a rarity.
Yes.
Donna, there is no such thing as a man on a soap opera having his shirt off too long as his chest looks like that and not. Don't make me bring up the other picture. My Jarly people know what I'm talking about. Don't make me do it.
And you're right, Donna. He was brought on awkwardly. I wouldn't say horribly, but awkwardly. And the rehab of the character was definitely necessary.
See, I think... All right, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I think that if the person he was supposed to be paired with, Kelly Tebow, would have played out the story, committed to it like, the actors are supposed to be, even if it's a story they don't like, that would have been a completely different scenario. Because he wasn't just fighting an audience who was pissed that Frank had hired another old One Life to Liver. He had a co-star who was unhappy because she only wanted to work with Burton. So she wouldn't play their story to her fullest ability.
And that's it's really sad when actors get into that diva type of mode.
It is.
Because what's good for the show is good for the show regardless. Like, I get it. Being paired with Steve Burton is probably a higher ranked, higher tiered main event type, pairing. But, Kelly Tebow herself, as Britt, had been moving up the ranks in general. So that could have been a fantastic story, especially with Spinelli involved.
Exactly. All I can say is karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
So,
I do like,
anyway.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff, of course, online, about the entire Britt and Jason story and how, Britt back from the dead and how it's very inconsistent with reality, that Huntington's can't go into remission. I don't know for sure. I'm not a doctor. I haven't researched it or not.
Well, Huntington's can't go into remission, but I think she's lying to Jason because we saw her taking the injections. There is no remission.
That makes sense.
Huntington's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, I just, I feel like people look too deep into some of these some of these stories.
I am with you on things like cancer and things they make up, but I have an issue with the Huntingtons for the same reason they had to kill off Gregory with the ALS.
Right. Yeah.
It is a real disease. General Hospital has gotten accolades for their representation of it. Kelly Tebow became like a spokesperson and like did panels and stuff like that. So that to me commits them to being more realistic about it.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cancer can be cured. And yes, can it be cured by love or true love's kiss? No. But it can be cured. So take liberties with that. That's fine. But for things, it would be like if they it would be like if they said that Stone's AIDS had gone away because Robin just loved him enough. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There are some things that, when you're presenting it the way the Huntingtons was presented and talked up the way it was presented, there is, in my opinion, a little bit of an obligation there. Correct. And I'm the first one to say, this is the show that had an alien above Anna's garage, and you have to suspend disbelief. I really am. But I also think there's a line. And, I mean, I think she's lying. I don't think she's in remission. I think she's injecting herself with with something that controls the symptoms, which does happen.
Right.
Or they do have things that can, control the symptoms to a point. So I think that's what's going on. I think she's lying to Jason about it being in remission.
Makes sense.
And
Absolutely.
Just doesn't know that it doesn't go into remission. So
Steve brings up Anna never talks about her blood issue anymore. Did they forget about it? But you know what? Jordan doesn't talk about her kidney transplant anymore either. And whatever might have to be done, quarterly or blood work. You don't want to see.
We don't see Joss dealing with her transplant. I mean, usually Maxie doesn't have to, and Maxie has no scar. There are a lot of people that don't. They don't talk about, anti-rejection meds that they're supposed to take forever.
Yep.
But like with Robin, when, they always treat the HIV issue seriously.
Yes.
And that's, a different thing.
Right.
Because
exactly.
That was very much a, PSA. We're giving attention to a very important medical issue and yada, yada, yada. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the difference.
You're exactly right. All right. So let's see. Where was I going to go? Oh, yeah. Did you see I'm sure you did, but did you see the post online that Laura Wright shared with young, a picture of her young and a picture of Eden McCoy and how they could be like, they literally could be mother and daughter.
Yeah. Eden looks more like Laura Wright than Laura Wright's daughter looks like Laura Wright. I mean, like, seriously, it looks like, Laura Wright just brushed some skin off and Eden formed full. Yeah. That was magnificent casting.
It really was.
And Eden was cast young enough.
Right.
That had to, I don't know if, Mark Teschner put her into some age advancing software picture or something, but yeah. Yep.
Oh, what a fantastic, that was such a great casting decision by Mark Teschner. Just amazing. All right.
One of many. He's legendary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Chad. And even I commented that she could be her real daughter as opposed to her real REEL daughter.
Yeah.
All right. So, moving on. Let's see. Do we want to put a countdown for your spoilers? A specific time?
What I'm gonna do is they were late. They go off of two things that happened today. So when we reach those things,
okay,
I'll tell them then.
all right, sounds good
Guys,
to me.
Vinny does not know what these are.
Right.
I logged on at 7:59 because I was walking the dogs. Well, I was logged on, but I turned on my camera at 7:59 and said, "Do you want me to tell you the spoilers real quick before I, tell the chat, or before I announce, or do you want me to surprise you?" He's like, "Surprise me!" So he has no idea. He doesn't even know who they're referring to.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But I did see something that you post, a picture of what looked like maybe a whodunit type of mystery picture. So maybe that has something to do with one of the spoilers.
Maybe.
All right. So why don't we?
Real quick, Vinny. Today on Daytime Dish, somebody told me that I'm too mean to you, and I need to let your Sunny and Jay Britt love shine through. To which I replied, "No, shan't." There'll be none of that in my presence. I'm not mean to Vinny.
No,
I'm
not at all. As a matter of fact, she said I was the best podcast co-host that's out there.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and it's the same. I feel like you and I have tremendous chemistry, and we have. There's a yin to yang.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
And since I have impeccable taste, yours has to be horrible. That's the balance of the thing.
I don't know about that, but
just going off of what you said. Just kidding. Chemistry and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that on screen, talking about General Hospital or any show, chemistry between a pairing, acting talent, attractiveness. Mm-hmm. All of these are subjective.
Correct.
Period.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own opinions, and you can't say, "I don't see chemistry between that pairing, so nobody else can."
Correct.
That's not how it goes. That's absolutely not how it goes. That you can't say, "I don't think that person is attractive," and that just means they're ugly.
Right. Exactly.
There are things that are absolutes. The sun's going to rise, the sun's going to set, the tide's coming in and out. There are things that are absolutes. Those other things are not.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's
absolutely right.
And it would do soap Twitter. Actually, it would do entire fandoms, every fandom of everything. It would do them well to learn that.
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. And we see it. We see the toxicity of soap Twitter. We see the toxicity of the IWC, the internet wrestling community. So it's the same thing.
There was toxicity in the Supernatural fandom recently with stuff or the boys or something with Jensen Ackles. And I'm just like, I don't even know. I can't.
I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife about that one. She's more than Supernatural than me. So.
Oh God, we could do a Supernatural podcast. It'd be wonderful. I love Supernatural. My daughter actually
the show Supernatural. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like ghosts and stuff, because that's what she does. She does ghost hunts. I don't think she's ever watched actual Supernatural.
Oh, okay. My daughter messaged me today and said that that's just that show was a high budget soap opera.
Well, a lot of things could be considered soap operas. I mean, there's so much stuff out there that are soap operas. They're just not on daytime, so they're not looked at like that.
What's really funny is that when I interviewed Tristan Rogers, he said that there are no more soap operas. Even the soap operas now are serialized dramas.
Yeah.
He said they're not the same. They're all WWE, absolutely a soap opera. Absolutely.
Yes.
But yeah, Tristan Rogers said that the soap operas of old no longer exist. I'd have to go back in the interview to hear his explanation for it, but he had this whole diatribe. Parade, I'm a freelancer for Parade, and only the internal team is allowed to do interviews. But I have this interview from a few years ago that I did with Tristan Rogers that I had only used a couple quotes about Studio City for a series of promo articles that I was doing to promote the second season. And there's such great stuff in the rest of it. So I'm trying. My editor's reaching out to the EIC to see if I can do an article, just because it has to be released. And if Parade won't let me, I will do it on our site.
Yep.
Which is relaunching September 1st. Very excited. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm very ADHD tonight. I don't know why.
Oh, it's going to be a fun show. All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So, all right. So after Molly caught Cody and Ava together, and Cody went through the entire problem, the entire situation about Christina paying him and all this other stuff. Then Molly heads over to the Port Charles Steakhouse or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right, Donna. She said that Cody was naked, even though he pointed out, no, I'm not naked. But Molly heads over there after Drew and Alexis have a very heated conversation where we see Alexis served with papers, and Drew put a 500-foot restraining order on Alexis, Christina, Molly, Danny, Rocco, probably the mailman down the street. And
I know, right? That's insanity.
Exactly. And probably, the janitor at the school too.
Yeah.
But he put the restraining order on everybody who cares about Scout, and basically cut Scout away from absolutely everybody.
Yeah.
So, I have to say the way that Alexis fired up at Drew was absolutely fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Yep, it really was great.
Yep.
That brings us to our first spoiler. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Sweet.
I got the boxing ring sound effect.
All right.
So, guys, I have good news and bad news. Well, I think it's all good news, but I know for some they're going to be upset by this. Everybody has been calling for the whodunit with Drew.
Yep.
It's happening.
Really?
However, he's not dying.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be like a Who Shot JR. And ironically, Laura Wright recently called him JR Ewing as a joke on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yep. So they are doing a Who Shot JR with Drew. There are going to be a lot of suspects.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
And I was thinking that it would be ironic if, like EJ, because they just did this on Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
It would be ironic if it was Scout that shot him.
Yeah, right.
Because it was EJ's little niece.
Right.
That shot him.
Yep.
Rachel. So it would be ironic if they went through this whole thing and it was Scout that shot him. So, but we'll see. Somebody's shooting him. And it's going to be a yes.
But at least he's not dying, so I'm good. I'm glad for that. Let's hope that leads to kind of a redemption.
I'm thrilled he's not dying, but I know a lot of people are not. So
I know.
But this is going to be a big.
I want to at least see them
because there's going to be so many suspects.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of suspects, but I want to see Drew be redeemed. Like he's very redeemable. I mean, no matter what. I mean.
And my thing is, I don't even want him completely redeemed. I don't want him going back to the ring guy. I want him to stay the Quartermaine that he is. And he doesn't have to be as, he doesn't have to go as hard. But, keep it in him if he needs it. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Kai, because Del J says I'm calling it now. It's going to be Kai. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be Kai, because I don't think Kai is at that level right yet.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that it would be Kai. I mean, honestly, let's be serious. It'll probably end up being like Ezra or something.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
going to
mean?
be somebody.
It'll probably
Yeah,
end up being somebody that is disposable, but maybe
Right.
not. Maybe, but if they did it, that it was Scout, they could say it was an act, I mean, because
Yeah.
they're not going to get rid of a major character,
exactly.
so
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see.
but
But
that'll
that
be
is spoiler
good.
number one.
All right. So the way that Alexis kind of fired up at Drew
Hold
in
on
this.
1 second. Hold on.
Yep.
Bob said it can't be Jason. He's not in town. Drew hasn't been shot yet.
Right.
And I don't think it's happening this week.
Yeah, it may not happen for a while.
I don't think it's happening for a little while because there's something else big that's kicking off this week that we'll get to. But go ahead.
Right. Well, we did say, we did see on the previews that somebody says, oh, there was a body found.
Rocco and Danny find a body in the river.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be able to take a look at that going forward because it's shaping up to be great. The previews for this week have been phenomenal. So speaking of Drew, who seems to be public enemy number one in this entire town, because he even pissed off the Kentucky Colonel himself, Martin Gray, after, going after Stella with the fraud. And I kind of loved how this came about. I love Stella. Vernie Watson is a fantastic actor character. It's so funny when I'm watching her in GH and then, watching reruns of The Big Bang Theory and she's the nurse at the hospital. It's fantastic. But I kind of love how the two guys from the fraud department come in and she's just going to talk. And I don't want to say she's naive, but she's headstrong to the point. Well, you know what? I acted in good faith, regardless of if what I did was legally wrong.
Exactly. The insurance companies are evil, and they had it coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we got to check this out. Donna says any true GH was 300,000 people.
There was like a weird anomaly. They said that all the soaps were incredibly down. They were even like Young and the Restless. I don't think that they've lost. It was just a weird anomaly, according to Errol, that he didn't know what happened, but every one of the soaps were massively, massively down. So
that was for last week?
Yeah. No, the week before, I believe.
The week before, so August.
Yeah, I think it was August, the week of August 11th, but I'm not 100%. I think it was August 11th.
Well, we did have quite a number of preemptions as well. Do those ratings take into account streaming, whether it's on Paramount or so? I mean, that could be because I had to switch.
Are live plus same day DVR viewing.
Okay, so yeah, because there were a lot of days that week that I had to watch on Hulu for GH or Paramount Plus for Beyond the Gates. So. That could be that could be one of those things.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah, apparently this one was just weird for all of the daytime soaps.
Yeah, because that was a week that we had a number of different cut-ins for Trump and Putin, as well as weather, and there was just a lot of stuff. But yes, you're right, Donna. GH is still kicking ass on Hulu's top 15 weekly. So I don't want to hear the haters.
I never want to hear the haters, but somehow
they keep coming in.
They will find me.
Yes. All right. So let's see. Who else has Drew pissed off this week? So he's pissed off. He got. I like when Martin confronted Drew about it. And, Martin actually put 2 and 2 together once he found out that he was a witness and he had to be questioned. He couldn't represent Stella.
Yeah.
I thought that whole scenario was fantastic.
Right.
I'm glad Martin Gray came to his senses and saw that Drew was the one behind it. And
Yep.
he even tried to blackmail Drew and say, listen, I'll sign your statement, but you have to drop this thing against Stella. Because he's only going after Stella because of Curtis.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yep.
he pissed off Curtis. He pissed off Martin. He pissed off Michael, Sonny,
Yep.
Patricia, and Alexis, Molly, Christina now will be pissed.
Yep.
You know what else should be really, and Nina's not happy that he's
Yep.
talking to Willow again, and neither will Liz be. I mean, not enough to shoot him, but you never know.
Yep.
But another thing I could see, I mean, I don't know this is entirely speculation, but what if he shot himself to try to frame Michael?
That is something that could happen very well. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know that they'll go that way. I have absolutely think that he'll try to finger Michael for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Mike, you know, to try to use it, forget the kids, but which will mean it's
especially
Michael, but yeah.
Especially after this week and the way the interaction with Michael and Drew going up to Wiley and trying to say, well, you should tell your dad to, you know, have your mom see you. She misses you and this, that, the other. Oh my God. Like,
it would also be really funny if Wiley did it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Actually, you know what? I could see James doing it just because.
I'm not sure he's murderous, but I can see Wiley doing it because, you know, Drew took his mommy away.
Right. But remember at the GH Fan Club weekend, James raised his hand for who's a villain. So, I mean, no, I'm liking everything about the soaps. And sometimes it's hard to kind of focus on one specific topic because everything in every single direction with every single character is fantastic.
I am enjoying absolutely everything, and people are going to be like, wait, but what about Jay Britt? I am even enjoying them. I love her looking pathetic. I really do. Absolutely adore it. Absolutely adore it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving it all too.
My mom texted me or asked me the other day, who's that blonde bimbo that Jason's talking to on Friday? And I just watched Friday's episode yesterday, so I'm like, it's got to be, you know, that Greta.
It is. They recast her.
Person.
Yeah, well, he told Britt that today. They recast her. She's not the same one as before. They got a different day player for her. But yes, and Burton really turned it on with her.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
No, he did. Looking like Don Johnson in Miami Vice.
And we've been saying that. We've been talking about Don Johnson. We've been sharing gifts in our journal. Don Johnson, John Travolta, and Saturday Night Live Fever. I'm sorry, though. Jason does not own white shoes. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah. No.
I was I'm looking through my screen caps to figure out what to use for a spoiler article. I'm like, no. I hadn't even noticed when it was on screen. I was so upset. I was like, this is an abomination.
Yeah.
White shoes.
Hi, Nathan. Welcome to the chat.
Or something. So not happy.
Let's see. Chad says, I could definitely see Drew setting up Michael. What was Ava going off on Molly?
That was really weird, Ava's hatred of Molly.
Yeah.
I don't understand her hatred of Molly. I understand her hatred of Christina. I don't understand the Molly hatred, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Donna also says hashtag Grutson.
Donna, no. We're Charlie fans. Just kidding. Yeah.
Jason mentioning that he works for LQ as a contractor.
Yeah, Edward's ears perked up in hell. And yes, he did use his mother's name.
Yep.
He did use his mother because his mother was, Susan Moore. Yeah.
It would have been funnier to see Jason wearing like a Hawaiian flowing shirt and just, you know, ready to go surfing.
We were also like talking about the Fantasy Island.
Fantasy Island. I don't know about
Spain. Tattoo. Ricardo Montalban and the show Fantasy Island. Deplane.
Never heard of it.
Boss. Oh my God.
Nope, never.
Guys, do you see why I don't let him have happiness about the things he likes? He's never heard of Fantasy Island. I'm going to text your wife and ask her to just get up and just smack you upside the head.
And she would too.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was an 80s show, like a Magnum PI or something, and never mind. They wore white suits and like white shoes. It's just
you know, but the thing is, like, my 80s were spent watching wrestling and G.I. Joe. No, not G.I. Joe. Rambo. So I was watching a lot of that kind of stuff in the 80s.
I mean, I was also, I'm not that much older than you. I wasn't,
No.
But I know what it is. It's, but it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, same time period as Love Boat. You know what Love Boat is?
I've heard of Love Boat.
Okay.
Both the new one and the old one. Or there have been a couple of Love Boats, actually.
Yeah, we do need to do a remedial pop culture for Vinny. And it's so funny because I have been recently, this summer, I made a list of like a ton of series, not like old ones, but from like the past probably 20 years that I either started watching and never finished, or had always said, oh, I want to watch that, and never did because I was a very busy single mother. My son did travel ball, my daughters did theater, and they didn't just do it. They did 12 to 15 plays a year. So I was very busy as a single mother. So, and this summer I've watched like 6 or 7 full series so far, but it's like not like that ancient of stuff. It's like right now I'm working on the Blacklist.
Oh, so that's a good show. I love the Blacklist.
And then wasn't able to keep up with it because those darn kids. But now I'm watching it. So
no, I think I got to like season 5 or 6 of the Blacklist.
Yeah, I'm almost done with season 5. I'm gonna finish it. I've been finishing all of them.
Yeah.
No matter even if they start sucking, I've been finishing them all.
All right, fantastic. All right. So we were talking about the Michael Drew situation in the Metro Court.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Drew will use Wiley to get to Michael. We know that because of the conversation he had with Rick in the hospital that Wiley overheard, and then he went up to Wiley at the Metro Court.
Yep.
And you know what? I have to question. And this may get me slapped, but I have to question Diane, because when Diane said, having Tracy take Wiley out of the room may show premeditation that you were going to hit Drew, I'm like, wait a minute. No, that doesn't make sense, because if I know that even if there's going to be a verbal argument, I'm going to have my kid removed from the situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things, I guess, where we have to say, okay, they need to build up the drama.
Of course, yeah.
Because there's no drama if Diane goes, oh, no, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So. Jason's more WSB.
Yeah, at this point.
Really, at this point, he's WSB. They will never turn him completely back into Jason Q. Burton won't allow it. He's said many, many times that he has refused to play that story when it has been suggested. He likes being Jason Morgan. He likes the closeness with the Quartermaine family, like the stuff with Tracy and stuff like that, but he doesn't want to be Jason Quartermaine again.
Yeah.
So,
I questioned Diane about that, and I know we have to use, Hollywood liberties and all that kind of stuff because you have to build the thing. But at the same time, like, I like how they were building it up to be where Michael could really be in trouble because of, the sworn statements and and
Yeah.
Chase is collecting all the statements from the witnesses, and not a dang one saw the punch.
I love that because
Yes.
that's at Carly's hotel. Of course, nobody saw the punch, and we're so sorry. We're working on the surveillance system, and it wasn't operational.
Yeah.
There have been so many glitches lately, and that just cracks me up. Those
I love
witnesses
that.
are just like, I don't know who that guy is. I've never seen him.
Yep.
I voted for him.
And then with his lawyer turning on him and saying,
Mhm.
nope, I didn't see any hit or any physicality, and
Yep.
just the way that Drew's face. Now, Cameron Matheson's facials are fantastic.
I love them. I think he
Yes.
is so expressive. Yeah, I don't understand what they're smoking. I don't.
But I really loved it, and I posted as soon as I saw that, I posted a link, and here's everybody just laughing at Drew because here we're being groomed to hear the worst that Drew is gonna press charges, and there's all these witnesses that saw Michael, and Michael's going to prison. Sorry, no witnesses remember anything. And she's like, but I got the hospital report. I got the doctor's report from it.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Hi Daisy. Daisy says, is there even a lawyer left in PC that Drew hasn't pissed off?
I know.
Well,
right?
Scotty's around somewhere.
I know. Scotty's around. I guess Sidwell could get his son to stop working for Alexis.
Yeah. And you're right, Chad. Sonny's saying to Drew, you went to the hospital for a shiner?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. All right, so we'll get there, Steve. We haven't talked about Joss and Vaughn yet.
Right. We're still in.
I really enjoyed that scene, and so we did also see the acting DA having a dinner date with Sonny and Donna, making pizza.
Good Lord.
I got one. I don't think Willow and Drew will get back together. Maybe she'll try to use him, but I don't think that's in Willow's nature. I don't think she's cunning enough.
You see, I'm not sure that she won't get back together with him because she feels like, he's her only help right now.
Yeah.
So, and if he gets shot,
right,
or when he gets shot, not if he's getting shot. When he gets shot, she's going to be, oh my God, poor Drew, especially if he fingers Michael for it.
Yeah, and especially because he saved her, so now she has to be the one to save him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay, so yeah, you're right.
And we know that rumor is not true, Donna.
Oh, for pizza. I haven't heard. I'm glad I didn't hear that rumor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
People just are so hell-bent on having Spencer back. They can't accept that he's not being recast. And even if he was, it's not going to be Nicholas Alexander Chavez. So give it a rest.
Yeah.
Give it a rest. So who knows? But you know what? Sean is right. I think they will get better, and I totally want them to. They are fun and messy and crazy.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You need the messiness.
Yeah.
So let's see. After we saw we ended up getting a couple of scenes with I don't know about that, Steve.
That
because
Jason, Steve. Jason wasn't even in town for well over a year, I think, after Scout was born. Jason was dead. Jason is not Scout's father. They are not retconning Jason being Scout's father. No. That's not a rumor. It's wishful thinking. from the JSAM
Yeah.
fans. They've been doing it since Steve came back. So
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't doubt the JSAM fans putting that one out.
yeah,
Um,
they so badly want her to be his. No.
So today, I have to say that we saw before we get to anything else, I do have to go ahead and let everybody know that, of course, this episode is being powered by W Energy. That's dubby.gg.com. Right here, I have the Hydro Blend, which is more of a hydration drink, and this one is watermelon lemonade or watermelonada or whatever it is. But I enjoy the hydration drinks better than the energy drinks because I'm not a huge energy drink fan, except on Mondays when I do have to be up for almost 20 hours that day. So check it out. Use the promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. Again, that's wdubby.gg, and use the promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. There's energy drinks, hydration drinks. There's shaker bottles and all that. Check it out, especially if you're a gamer. And yeah, you're right, Donna. We did see systemic racism with Sprino. Just we hear that all the time.
Sprina, Spencer had nothing to do with, he was.
What was that?
Anyway, I said with Trina we saw it. Wasn't really, Spencer wasn't really.
Yeah.
It discriminated against. It was just Trina. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Okay. So we had a really good conversation with Rick and Christina. I think Christina summoned Rick to the house under the assumption that Alexis was going to be there. Because I know
he went looking for. He went to go find Alexis. Yeah.
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 So
yeah.
That was a great. It was a great conversation. Rick laid into Christina, and you saw Christina kind of grab a knife for a little while and clutch it, and then put it down.
Like she was gonna,
a very rare restraint.
Yeah, I was gonna say a rare saner head ruling with Christina. That was
exactly.
It was. I love the crack about Sonny because better talk to Daddy. Maybe you can get some meds.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm sorry, absolutely. I love the animosity between Sonny and Rick. I just they're brothers who should always hate each other.
Yes, exactly. So. Well, that's what they're going to end up doing with Molly and Christina as well. They're 2.0.
Well, yeah.
But so.
And then Ava showed up.
Yeah, and then Ava showed up after finding out that Christina paid Cody to break up, Rick and her and Rick.
Yep.
Now it comes to Ava and Rick getting into an argument. The funny part is Ava and Rick getting into an argument at Alexis's house.
Yes.
With Christina standing right there.
Yeah.
And then Ava grabs something off the desk and hits Rick upside the head, and he's knocked out, and he's got some blood. Oh, and we've got our next spoiler.
Yes, we do. So Rick is not dead. Rick is not going to be the body in the harbor. He is not dead. Rick is going. My kitty wanted to hear this. Rick is going into Alexis's basement, and he's going to be held hostage by Ava, Christina, and Alexis. So this is what I know. And Alexis' basement is a new set.
Yeah.
I think that what the plan is, because he told them that he bought the treasury bonds that mature in 30 days. So I think the plan is to hold him for the 30 days to get the money. But I have no doubt that hilarity is going to ensue.
Oh, that's going to be great to watch.
Yes. And Molly lives there, so I'm not sure how they're going to keep her out of the basement, but I'm sure they'll be. But yes. So, and Rick's getting a little karma for the panic room there.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
And I think it's going to be hysterical, Ava and Alexis and Christina having to work together.
Yes. Good
and
Lord.
So that is, our second spoiler. It's going to be, I am so excited for this.
I'm just happy Rick's not dead.
Yes.
I'm happy for this story. I'm happy for it all because, oh my God, absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
That's
why I posted the
phenomenal.
9 to 5. That's why I posted why I posted the GIF from the movie 9 to 5, because the 3 women kidnapped their boss and held him hostage. So yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so I didn't know what movie it was.
That's what that one was. Yes.
Okay.
And it's also what the Karma one was, because he is owed it because of.
Oh yeah.
Carly.
Yes, exactly. I love it. Donna says, "Go, Corte, go."
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be great. Yeah. And of course, Molly and Liz and Willow will be frantically searching for him.
Yeah.
And I don't want my Carly anywhere near this story because she'll get the blame for it all.
Of course, yeah.
Be the victim. But it would be hysterical if for some reason she walked in to Alexis's basement for some reason and saw him down there and just kind of laughed and turned and left and went, none of my business. Because she deserves that.
Yeah.
Amber
says he deserves much worse.
Oh, much worse. He really does. But I'll take this. I like this karma for him.
Yes.
And I say that as somebody who loves Rick. And he loves the actor Rick and the character Rick. I am great with, Rick Lansing as long as Carly can always hate him, and she can, so I'm good. But I love that they're panic rimming him.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
I'm really looking forward to this a lot.
But yeah. But all right, so while we're on the topic of talking about history and the panic room, we might as well just jump into our DeLorean and
we're sending you back to the future
and talk about today in General Hospital history. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Professor Angela.
Okay, so we're going back to August 19th in 1985. Off camera, Luke, because him and Jeannie had left the show, Tony and Jeannie had left the show, Luke called Robert and Ruby to tell them that Laura had given birth to a son who is lucky. But we didn't meet him for a little while after that. Many years. On this day in 1988, Anna told Duke that she was pregnant. And of course, that baby didn't make it, but it existed. On this day in 2002, Courtney refused to stop stripping, so Sunny made Jason her bodyguard. And I can't even with Courtney as a stripper. Skipper Barbie. August 20th in 2004, after Nicholas broke him and Emily out of Shady Brook, he told her that his memory had returned because he didn't remember who he was, but he got it back. Also on this day in 2004, the teens had a seance in the Quartermaine mansion. Georgie and all of them. Dylan. Yes. August 21st, 1997. Sonny had proposed the previous day, but this was the day that they officially got engaged, and he gave Brenda his mother Adela's ring. I've always wondered, is that the ring she had with Deke or the ring she had with Mike? I don't know. In 2013, Maxie gave birth to Georgie. But, of course, she let her go home with Dante and Lulu because she felt bad for losing their baby. August 22nd, 1986, Frisco and Felicia fled to New York after realizing they had been set up on their mission. In 1995, Jason, AJ, and Keisha were trying to lift Stone's spirits, so they brought the beach to his hospital room.
Very nice.
August 23rd, in 2001, Meghan Markle, when she was acting, was in a very minor background role as a nurse at the hospital named Jill.
Oh, okay.
Yes. August 24th, 1979. Now, this was a big one because it led to everything it led to. Luke agreed to give Laura a job at the campus disco. In 1995, Lucy saw Alan and Bobby kissing outside of Luke's. In 2012, Kathleen Gotti debuted as Dr. Liesel Obrich.
Yep.
In 2021, Peter August showed up at the Tano in Nixon Falls and found Nina with a very much alive Sonny Corinthos.
I remember that. Yep.
August 25th, 2009, Jason and Sam had sex while they were looking for Christina and Michael. In 2017, Julian was sentenced to 20 years in jail for his crimes.
Yep.
And in 2022, Spencer overheard Ava saying that Nicholas slept with Esme.
Yep. Fantastic. As always, thank you so much for that history lesson for today in general hospital history. And I do want to show, Steve sent me this on my messenger just a little while ago as we were talking about the Rick, Ava, Alexis, and Christina stuff, what we do in the basement.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Steve. I don't know if it's necessarily being horny after murder. I think it's more along the lines of needing comfort, needing
comfort, and
intimacy.
It's actually, death is actually a big, a lot of people, will have sex after funerals and stuff like that because it's that human connection.
Right, and that's exactly what it is. It's not necessarily a specific.
It's not that you're horny. She wasn't horny. It was a comfort thing. So
yeah,
and she didn't initiate it. Vaughn did.
Right,
Vaughn
exactly.
Yeah. But I love those things.
It was a great scene. I enjoyed it. I feel like Joss needed the comfort because she's human. I mean, she's still not the seasoned ruthless killer,
right?
And just had to save Vaughn's life. So this is now her second kill,
and she probably has a little bit of PTSD still from the Cyrus thing.
Exactly.
And she's still not over Dex, and she's all of this has happened very, very quickly.
Yep, exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. All right. So we're going to move on to the what the fudge moment of the week. And this happens with Joss and Vaughn. So they're being taken off the case, because their cover's blown. I mean, we saw Pascal, first the attempt on their lives. And then, Joss like, well, let me see if I can talk to Britt. I'm sure she owes me, to give me some information of what's going on here. And then she comes back to the place and then gets a bag put over her head. And is kidnapped. So we don't know where Vaughn is. And now we don't know where Joss is. And there was a question up here, Steve, I think Steve asked earlier in the day, how is Jason going to so who's going to save Joss if Jason hasn't seen her?
Well, I mean, Joss might save herself. Vaughn might save Joss. We don't know what the situation is with Joss yet. I mean, it's totally possible she saves herself or Vaughn saves her or Jason finds out and saves her.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Anna that saves her because in the previews for tomorrow, she's telling Brennan to call off the walk and get her home.
Right.
So, we don't have enough information yet to determine how this is going to play out.
Pascal also told Britt that the WSB has infiltrated the 5 poppies.
Because Colette.
Yep.
But also, Britt ratted out Jason.
Yeah.
because she called whoever it is she's working for and said, we have a problem.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was like,
and we still don't know who she's working for yet.
No.
My assumption is it's either Dalton or Sidwell.
Well, it's Dalton is working for Sidwell, and Sidwell is working with somebody else.
Okay. So
it's, Sidwell's not the big bad yet. He's working with somebody else, and we know that it's not Obrick.
Right.
Although it wouldn't surprise me if she is working with them on something, but she's not the big bad because she would know that Britt was alive, and
Correct.
they're not playing it that she does, unless they, have her that she's a big.
So do we think the big boss is Ryan Pavy's new character?
It's possible. I mean, I still don't know who he's coming back as. I would be shocked if it was Nathan because Frank
Maxie's out for a while.
Maxie's out for a while, and Frank is very proud of the big funeral they had for him, which was this big, huge, week-long thing with an open casket and yada yada yada. Yep. So it could just be somebody who looks like Nathan, somebody who thinks he's Nathan. She whatchamacallit, Anna had said that even though Faison's dead,
yep,
his work lives on. And,
yes,
maybe they're going to do something with the whole, his brain was on Kevin's desk. Maybe somebody swapped it out and they did a brain transplant. And this Nathan lookalike actually thinks he's Faison. And so who knows?
Yeah. Well, either way, I like how Ryan Pavey posts on Instagram saying, so I guess this is how I'm announcing my return. And he puts up the little teasers from different soap opera sites and everything. Mm-hmm. Although, folks, we said it here first. So,
yep. Occasionally.
Yep.
I know things.
I don't think Ryan Pavey is going to be a doctor in Boston. Because it's going to be a bigger story.
Yeah. This was the last we see Maxie until Kirsten Storms comes back. Yeah. And the plan right now is for her to come back after their Christmas break. So she'd start shooting in January. However, she had said that it is possible she will be back in November or December. So, but today was the last we saw of Kirsten Storms before she leaves. But she's gone. She's gone. Today was it for Maxie.
And you know what? It's okay. Give her the time that she needs to take care, for family stuff and whatever. So it's all right. Although this before we get into the other story, I have to mention that What the Fudge Homemade Confections is a homemade fudge in a cottage kitchen. If you're in the New Haven, Connecticut area, and you're either traveling through or live in the area, go ahead and go to whatthefudgect.com. or facebook.com/whatthefudgect, and make an order. Some of the fudges, all of the fudge is absolutely delicious. New flavors are coming out. She's in the middle of coming up with a fall favorite, pumpkin spice fudge. So, again, if you're in the area, check it out. Again, What the Fudge CT, use the promo code SUDS for 20% off your purchase. What the Fudge Homemade Confections is made in a cottage kitchen. She can't ship, so it's all hand delivered. But if you're going to be driving through the area or traveling through the area, let us know. Let her know. Put in an order. Check it out. Mm-hmm. All right. So, moving on. Bob asks, are they doing Monica's funeral soon?
They filmed it last week.
Okay, so
it filmed last week. I do not know when it's going to be airing, but it has been filmed. They filmed it last week, and they are now dark for, I believe, 2 weeks.
Okay.
They're dark this week, and I think they're dark next week as well. I think this is one of the ones that they get 2 weeks. So has Eric? Do we know if Erica Slezak has begun? She's coming. Nope, she's going to start filming after the break.
Okay, so she will not be there for the funeral. It will be after the funeral. Okay. Well, either way, I'm anxious to see what character she's going to be playing. Although I will say I did like the Easter egg that we saw with Molly's character in the book being named Clint Buchanan as the hero.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cute little throwback to the One Life to Live characters. Um, so Bob says in the promo, do you think that the body is somebody important? I would say it's probably going to be like Ezra or some.
Oh, I don't think it'll be Ezra. I think it'll either be Cyrus's body turning up because Colette put it out because she's a double agent. It could be Colette's body because Brennan's threatening her tomorrow. Or it could be the girl who handed Maxie the face cream.
Ooh.
I think the face cream is why Maxie collapsed. And they're going to find that out because they focused on it.
Right.
They focused on the face cream and the girl was like, give her a specific one. So I think, I don't think she's going to be Susan Moore. I think that she's going to be related to Monica somehow, which I'm not a huge fan of. Although I would be fine with her being Susan Moore. I'd be fine with her being Jason's mother, but I have a feeling she's going to be related to Monica.
Yeah.
Which, although, they do things that on paper, I'm like, I'm not going to love that. And then I end up loving it. So,
Of course.
In Corte, we trust. In Corte, we trust.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Moving on. What haven't we covered? Oh, yeah. Brooklyn and Lulu holding hands at Maxie's bedside today. Something that was not on my bingo card for 2025.
Yeah.
Although I will say, they really have. I don't want to say softened Lulu this week, but they really, had her have some really amazing scenes and discussions with Brooklyn and Liesl Obrecht. I thought the conversation with Lulu and Obrecht was absolutely fantastic.
See, my thing is that I remember the story of Rocco's conception and birth and the aftermath. And, there are some people who should be allowed to hate people forever, as I was saying earlier. And I think Lulu should be allowed to hate Liesl and Britt forever. And, the whole thing with, Rocco wants to know, honestly, if I was Lulu's mother, I'd be like, listen, if I was Lulu, I'd be like, absolutely not. You can't do anything about it I can't do anything about it when you turn 18, but as long as you are a child in my house and I am in charge of protecting you, you are not going near either of those psychopaths. And I would tell him everything that happened, including holding a knife to, Rocco's throat. The fact of the matter is, Britt carried him because she stole him, but there is unless they're going to retcon his paternity, which I really, really doubt.
Right.
Because of who he is. Right. Unless they're going to retcon his paternity, she is no relation to him.
Right. Exactly.
And it wasn't even a surrogacy. She stole him.
Right.
And they found out she stole him because they wanted to have him implanted. Lulu had the surgery to be able to carry a child.
Yeah.
And that's when they discovered the embryos were gone.
Right.
Because they had all been stolen.
Yeah.
So this whole, you didn't want, that's my thing is that I'm like, this is too big of a, Drew's going to Monica's funeral. So I would assume, if they're going to have Scout there, I would assume that Scout will be there, but Drew's going. So.
Well, so Scout will be there. I mean, sometimes the funerals just have to do it because you're not only, memorializing the character, but also the actor themselves on screen. So, sometimes they won't necessarily do a lot of storyline with funeral. So, well,
I think her death is probably going to kick off another big storyline. But I mean, it's, honestly, it might be, what starts to thaw things with Drew and co. Because they filmed the studio, but the funeral, but we don't know when it's going to air. And they could have already done his shooting, I don't know if that's been filmed yet either. So,
yeah, exactly. Chad, I was listening and had to come back. I'm assuming you're talking about Brooklyn and Lulu, not, holding hands and Maxie outside.
Bingo card. Yeah.
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 Exactly. I hope they do bring. I haven't seen Leo in quite a while. I mean, the actor is really good, but
they don't bring the kids in unless they really need them. And I mean, I don't know if he lives locally. Like Charlotte lives out of state, which is why we just hear her name, and she's not going to be seen
unless they need her to.
Right.
Yeah. No, all the kids are just props until they get stories.
Exactly.
Turn like 15, 16 when they
Exactly. We see Georgie and James and stuff today because they were needed for the Maxie goodbye thing.
Right. Exactly. Can I just give some kudos to Cynthia Watros? Her facials, when it comes to the conversations with Nina and Carly, but also Nina and Willow, Nina and Ava, Nina and Drew, just fantastic. The way her eyes come out of her face, it's like Roger Rabbit or something.
Right?
When the eyes just come out, absolutely fantastic.
And Karen Matheson does the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bob, I don't know if she's leaving the house to Jason. I don't know if she's leaving it to Monica or to Michael. I don't know if she's leaving it to Tracy. I don't think she's leaving it to Tracy. It's also possible that she's leaving it to this rando sister or cousin that we've never heard of. We don't know yet.
Right.
We don't know who she's leaving the house to. I think she should leave it to Carly. But,
I mean, Carly's becoming a house collector. I mean, because she had her house that Bobby took over once she married Sonny, and then when she and Sonny got divorced, she kept that house.
Mm-hmm. She has Bobby's with all the rooms upstairs. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. I did have to laugh. Go on.
No, go ahead. I don't even remember what I was going to say.
I was going to say I did have to laugh when. Carly had Jack come in to unclog the sink at Bobby's, and said, she apologizes, but she's swamped at the Metro Corps, and she doesn't have any help, and Joss is in Australia, and at that point in time is when he gets the text or he gets a call or text from Colette.
Yeah. And I still say that he's going to end up getting brained with that wrench.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Yep. I can only imagine the look on Doctor's face. They mentioned that Charlotte was babysitting Bailey Lou. Valentine is still in Steinmauer, as far as I know, Steve.
Yeah, as far as we know, he's still in the clink.
Yep. I don't think he's coming back anytime soon, although the door's always open. And James Patrick Stewart is always welcome.
Posts a lot of Vanna stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way that Carly forgives Jack
No.
once she finds out that Joss is in the WSB? I don't think so either.
No, especially because I think Joss is going to be hurt. She was just kidnapped. Her life was. I don't think so. And Laura Wright doesn't think so either. She's talked about it and said that they are absolutely not going to get past it. So I don't think so. I mean, She was laying it on really thick about, her biggest fear, one of the kids, losing another child, and Jack's just standing there. And meanwhile, we got Joss being held at gunpoint.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And he also, you're right, Donna, he also did frame Jason, but that's, seriously, with the Joss stuff, it's going to be the least of his problems.
Yep. And I apologize. I mentioned that Joss had a bag put over her head. I accidentally got that confused with a very similar storyline that's going on Beyond the Gates, where Chelsea had a bag put over her head, And on the same freaking day that Joss got kidnapped, Chelsea got kidnapped, and we see her laying handcuffed to a bed. I haven't watched today's Beyond the Gates yet, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. But amazingly, both 2 o'clock soap operas have the same style of story ending.
Yes.
For cliffhanger. So I do apologize. I had my facts wrong, but either way, it's still something similar.
Yes.
James Lott Jr. just started a Beyond the Gates after show, so check that out wherever you get your favorite podcasts and at JLJ Media. Gate Crashers is still in the pipeline. We're trying to figure out scheduling wise when to record it / air it, so stay tuned. It may be one of our pre-recorded shows, but check, just keep on checking our social media for whenever that's going to happen. We're still watching. I love the show in general. They just filmed their 200th episode, so congratulations to all the cast and crew over at Beyond the Gates. Because it's a fantastic show. All right, so where do we go from here? You're right, Donna. There's only about a dozen original stories. It's the difference in the detail. It's the same thing with wrestling. So there's only so many storylines you can have. Let's see. I did like seeing Diane this week, although I did question as to why she, like I said, why she was upset that Tracy took Wiley out of the room. So after seeing, Sunny have that dinner with the ADA, and she was hiding and witnessed Drew coming in to blackmail Sunny, I thought that was a really good scene. And I did actually put out that I found out that, all the women like Sunny's sauce. And I know the double entendre is there, the innuendo, shall I say.
Yes.
And then Maurice Bernard actually liked the tweet, and reposted it. So there is some truth to that. But us Italian guys know how to cook.
I think everybody knows by now that Sonny's next love interest is the DA, right? Or the ADA.
Of course.
And we revealed that first as well.
We did. You're absolutely right. Chad says, sorry, I just want to quickly mention I want to give my flowers to Christina Wagner for those scenes with Anna and Maxie, and today's ending saying goodbye to Maxie. Phenomenal. Again, it's the truth.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely great. And even Bradford Anderson as Spinelli, like in his own quirky way, the way that he kind of started yelling at Lucas, was just absolutely fantastic. And the way that Lucas handled it too, like a true professional, doctor, kind of just like, we don't have the infrastructure here, we don't have the training, just kind of putting it out there, and the way that whole interaction was just done beautifully.
I really hope that they give Lulu some point of view about this with, her fear about it, because her, she just woke up from a long coma, and now her bestie. So I hope that she gets some good.
Yes. I hope so too.
POV with that.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see. Do we have anything else to go over? Have I missed anything? I don't think so. I think there were. Oh yeah, Gio and Emma had a couple of different scenes this week.
They're so cute.
I like them together.
Yeah, I do too. They're a pairing I really enjoy.
I am too, and I like how Emma was upset. She came to Gio, and he was trying to cheer her up. I did like how Rocco kind of made Lulu feel bad into adopting Outback.
The dog, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry,
right,
but the dog steals the scene. The dog stole the scene for me.
Yeah. Apparently, some of the actors have said, I guess at that event that they did, that the dog has very, very bad gas on set, but they have to ignore it, obviously. But yeah, the dog has, bad gas.
All right, we're gonna have to get an Outback fan page made.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Daisy says, I like that they're letting Lulu now have a perspective for both sides of someone being in a coma. So she's going to be, obviously witnessing what Maxie's not.
Right.
I kind of was wondering where they were going with that, with Maxie, knowing she was leaving for a while. Do you think that the coma was a little overused, especially with Lulu just coming back from a coma not too long ago?
No, I think it's actually, if they're going to put somebody in one, I think Maxie is actually a good candidate because it gives that, tentacle for Lulu to deal with her own coma, which she really hasn't been able to. They've touched on it a little bit, but there's been so much craziness. But I could see like them doing a thing where, Lulu's going over and taking pictures of Maxie's kids like all the time, like every day, you know, and finally somebody is just like, dude, what's up with you? They're being creepy, and she is, I don't want her to, and it can go from there.
Right.
Her own. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yep, you're absolutely right. All right, let's see. Anything else? I don't think there's much else to go over. I think we kind of talked about just about everything.
Yep. There's something else to talk about. My God, could Britt be more pathetic about Carly? Seriously. She's like Jan from the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Carly.
And, not for nothing. And I'm not saying that he didn't have feelings for her or whatever, but she is so over the top ridiculous, acting like they had sex once. They were on the run, and I get that. But they also spent quite a bit of time talking about Carly while they were on the run. Yeah. And the day after they had sex, he ditched her the next morning in the middle of nowhere because Carly needed him.
Yeah.
So, and then they didn't even have another date or anything. They were planning on it, and then it got blown up because he was marrying Carly. But she had brought the toothbrush head in case he stayed over. And then her whole thing, I cried at your grave and I forgave you. I was just like, dude.
I don't think there was a grave either.
Well, I guess now they're retconning him that he had one, but she cried at his grave and forgave him. Forgave him for what? Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
He didn't, he did not, he didn't, and it's not even like he dumped her because they weren't even really together.
Right. Exactly.
They were planning on going on a date.
Yep.
They hadn't done it. And I just.
But it's one of those pairings where they had really good, they had really good scenes together. And it was almost like one of those, what could have been.
Right. And I get that. But she annoyed me with this crap before she left. When he died and she acted like the grieving widow. And I was just like, I don't understand what's happening here. So it was, but like, it's weird because like the show, like, even though she acted like the grieving widow, they gave Carly the widow montage with him on the bridge. Yep. You know what I mean? So, it's even like the show is saying, she feels these, but it's almost like they're saying that she's delusional, that she really is delusional and overreacted about, because I would really love for him to go, we weren't even like, because it's just so over the top. And then like today when he gave her the phone and said, call and I'll come. Well, you better not tell Carly that. Like, stop. Stop it.
Right.
You know, this all kind of leads me to think that, you know, he's going to make a commitment to put her first, and he's not going to go one time when Carly needs him, and something horrible is going to happen, and it's going to turn out to be the wrong decision.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see where they're going with this. I mean, obviously I have my own theories because I always do, but yeah, I she's coming off very pick me, and it's not a good look for someone at her big age. I don't. And then she was all pissed about the Greta thing too. I'm like, oh my God. I saw like all her fans on Twitter were all like, she's strong and she's not going to put up with him putting Carly first, and she's just strong and independent. I was just like, are we watching the same feed?
Right, exactly. Oh, internet fans just don't know what the hell they're talking about at times. Yeah. So Donna, so first he says that Chase and Willow are getting chummy, and then Donna says Chase and Willow equals two dummies. Months ago, Chase said, Willow, you are a good person, and everyone knows it. Right. You called it. You said that they were going to end up getting back together, Chase and Willow, because you think that they were going to go into the Brooklyn Dante.
Dante, I think they're going to get closer because of Gio.
Yeah.
You know, because like Brooklyn was doing her whole, you get close to him, and Dante, no, it must be us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, just kind of hitting us over the head with that anvil. And Chase is going to be jealous, and Willow's going to be there for him, and he's going to be there for her, and it's just going to be a big thing. Yeah.
Which actually,
I don't think it's going to be, you know, long romances with these people, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a, you know,
And the other thing that the Maxie situation kind of gives us is Cody and Lulu being in the same orbit again. And, you know, the fact that, you know, Cody came, you know, just started getting closer to, you know, Maxie, and Maxie is like a sister to him, even though it's more a cousin. But, you know, and Lulu, they could comfort each other, and bada bing, bada boom. And Lulu and Cody end up hitting the sheets, especially now that for the time being, it looks like Cody and Molly might be on the shelf.
Yes, exactly. They need some angst. And for the love of Christ, poor Cody needs to get laid. My God. I mean, Lulu needs to get laid too.
Right.
You know, because coma, you know, so they could both use some love the one you're with.
Exactly. Donna says PCPD, no IQ requirement. But you know what? Chase is kind of taking a stand against Drew after, you know, all this that's going on, and, you know, the way that Drew wanted Danny arrested for taking Scout. And I mean, who knows? Maybe he didn't even question anybody at the Metro Court.
I know, at the Metro Court, yeah. He was just like, I'll just blow some time and dilly-dally. Yeah.
I don't think Gio and Lulu are going to be sleeping together.
That's not going to happen. They're not doing Gio and Lulu.
I know that Alexa Havens said at GH Fan Club weekend that she wasn't trying to give off the Mrs. Robinson vibes.
Right.
You know, with Gio, they're not going there.
They're not.
No, that's because Gio and Emma are together at this point, you know, and they're not going there. But anyways, I think we are out of time. If we don't have anything else to kind of go over.
Yeah.
But
God, I look exhausted.
Either way, folks, we've had a fantastic time. Thank you for tuning in and checking it out. 285 people currently watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you're not subscribing on YouTube, go to youtube.com/@Suds-Media. go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and you get notified anytime we come on with soap opera or wrestling content. And if you are in the mood for getting some merch to help support the show, we did release a number of new designs on our merch shop, sudsmedia.threadless.com. We do have our Suds Media for life, kind of a tribute to Hulkamania, especially with the NWO for life saying after that. We also have the SWO, the Suds World Order, in the similar to the classic NWO design. That is in 3 different colors: the white, the red, and the black. And we have our brand new Suds News, a General Hospital podcast in a similar style to the General Hospital logo as well. So check them out, sudsmedia.threadless.com or suds-media.com/merch. Buy them, help support the show. So all of that. Thank you, Donna. Thank you for LJ saying great show. Also, we are brought to you by W Energy. Go to w.gg, promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. All right, Angela, where can everybody find you?
They can find me at parade.com. Tons at parade.com. So busy. And Brooklyn74 on Twitter, and Angela Ryan Duncan on Facebook and on Instagram. And I'm around, and we're going to be doing our relaunch of the website on September 1st. We're very excited, and we got some really great stuff lined up, including a major interview. One of my new writers booked for us, but I'm not going to spoil that one. But yeah, we're very excited. Stay tuned.
Yes. Stay tuned as always. All right, folks. As always, you can find me at Vinny Suds on both Twitter and Facebook. At Suds Media is the Twitter account for the network. Suds and Squared Circle Media is also on Facebook. Instagram is Suds and Squared Circle, Suds and Squared Circle, and Threads as well. TikTok is Suds_Squared_Circle. So check out everywhere that we are, but go to our Linktree because that has all of our links to all of our sponsors as well as our socials, as the network socials as well. All right, folks, we are out of time. We will be back next Monday for another fantastic episode, the first episode of September for Suds News. Have a great night, everybody.